Welcome back. Okay, so we're just talking about chapter 13. The ending of chapter 12 ended with John giving David a note. And the note was a transcript between Amy, a girl named Mustache Girl, Evan Limp, and Fairy Dust. And in the transcript, they're just talking about random things and like conspiracy theories. And Amy goes and she takes Molly out. And she even says it in the chat, like, I'm taking Molly out, BRB. While she's gone, Fairy Dust says in the group chat that she serves no one but Karak, but she also says that like she lost track of time. What time is it? And then that's when she starts going off about Karak. And so she gives that transcript to John, and which leads us to Denny's. John also has a picture of Amy, and it looks like she's dancing in her room, but only David and John can see this shadow figure that's standing behind her. Amy can't see it, and even Marcy, the girl that's there, she can't see it. And John convinces David to stay the night at Amy's because he just wants to make sure that nothing happens to her. And he also doesn't trust Molly after she exploded and pops back up, which is funny to me because like he trusted her enough to follow her to an abandoned mall, but he doesn't, like, all of a sudden just doesn't trust her. But I just thought that was kind of funny. David gets to Amy's house at about 7 o'clock. And when he walks in, he sees that the TV is on, and that there's like three older men in the TV, and he just assumes that she's watching PBS. And then the channel switches to MTV, and then she says that the cable has been going in and out, and then it went to snow. And when it came back, she says, oh, it just, that's what it flips to. It always goes to the snow. And he's like, it doesn't go to another channel? And she says no. And then he realizes, okay, like he was the only one who saw those men in the TV. He's worried the shadow people, if they're gonna attack around midnight. So around 11:55, he goes and grabs Amy and he takes her down to the living room on the first floor because he said if anything's gonna happen, he wants it to be on the first floor. And 12 o'clock comes, nothing happens. 12:02, nothing happens. 12:04, nothing happens. 12:06, he loses track of time. When he comes back, it's 3:20 a.m. He tells he tells Amy, it's like, go grab her stuff, pack as much as she can, and grab Molly, and they go out. They're leaving. They're out of there. They're leaving. He has to scrape snow off of his windshield, but he sees that there's like a shadow figure on the roof. And Amy's asking, like, what do you see? And he's like, you don't see it. She says, no. So then she picks up a pair of glasses, like Scooby-Doo monster glasses, that was mailed to David earlier in the chapter, but he thought it was like a gag thing, and he didn't care too much. He just threw it in the passenger seat. But Amy picks it up and she puts them on, and then she can see the shadow person that's on the roof, and she's like, oh my god, what is that? He's like, get in the car, and finally gets everything off, and they're on their way. And then the shadow figure that's standing on the roof ends up get wings, like, following them, and then there's a semi truck now following behind them, and they get terrified. He tries to do something really, really cool, but he ends up wrecking and getting his car stuck. And the person that was driving the semi truck gets out of the semi truck and starts walking towards them, but before he could get to them, he's attacked by the shadow people. So now these shadow people possess the semi truck driver. He's going towards the car where they're wrecked and they cannot move. One set of tires are on ice, the other set of tires are in snow, and they're stuck there. And so the semi-truck driver gets to the car, he's like banging on their window, and then he explodes. And after he explodes, some shadow figure is standing like in front of their vehicle, and he like slams the hood, and then the car turns off. Sitting in the darkness, and then the floating head of the semi-truck guy, he's like there, it's just like his head and the spine. David tells Amy, like, close your ears, and as like he's telling her to do all that, she sees that he's reaching for the gun, and he shoots the semi-truck driver's head, and it just goes into chunks. They're getting out of the snow, and they're like dashing, leaving, and then they see a Shipley's donut parking lot that has light, and they go straight to the parking lot, and I'm pretty sure they hit a pole. But now they're in light, and Amy says, oh, I think we're safe, and she's the one that says that they can't do anything to them because they're in light, because they're shadow people. The chapter ends with David being really, really personal with Amy. So that was the ending of chapter 13. I will see y'all later for chapter 14. Y'all have a good day. Y'all be good people, or try your best to be good.